Excellent. Thank you for that. Let's talk about the relevance of the blockchain technology. What does it represent? What possibilities does this technology stand for our species?
No, they're getting very excited, very excited. Oh my gosh. They love blockchain. Oh my God. Okay, there's a few things here. First of all, it will help us evolve. I mean, it's literally one of the important things that we learn how to do so that we can evolve our consciousness. First of all, processes need to be decentralized on every level, organizational, public level, like countries they talk about. So what doesn't let us progress in our consciousness is the centralized powers. They literally showing like a piece of wood, block of wood, just gets dry and it needs to, like it has a bunch of cracks in it. So that's what sort of like the power structures are getting so old and they're drying out and they create a bunch of cracks. It's like next chapter. It's fully decentralized. People are much happier within the frameworks of decentralized operation. It allows for much more fair environments for evolution as well, for human activity. It's just the next chapter. That's one. The second thing, that's blockchain. It's a stepping stone for the species, as you say, to become more digital. When you talk about the very distant future, we can get to separate the bodies and the consciousness. And blockchain is a necessary step in that evolution because it's immutable. So what it allows for is to continuation. When I show in the future, there is human consciousness. If there is no blockchain or safe cryptography, then people can change the information about that consciousness. And that's wrong. So through blockchain, we will evolve the ways of holding on to the true history and like keeping it without going back and hacking it. So they kind of want to like provide the analogy with the Akashic records. There is a very specific system that nobody can hack. Not the system, but the way it works, it's almost a law that it's unhackable. It's impossible to rewrite it in any way. Like there's no single entity that can involve and change the alternatives. It's a collective, an organization that doesn't allow that, and blockchain is a way for us to learn the same principles.
Excellent.
Oh, it's so interesting.
So it sounds as if this is definitely something to embrace.
It will get much better. Okay, when you say embrace, they sense, okay, so they want to speak about something. If you want to invest money in blockchain right now, it's not good enough yet. But as a technology, it will evolve and it will be very good. It will be fast and all these energy problems that they talk about, they will be solved in its due time. And they just allow to be a really good method of keeping the truth. Blockchain is the truth holder, basically, and that's what they love. And that will allow us to do good things, it seems like. My whole being is thriving in this idea of not having essential powers and being the world a lot more fair. I just love it. My whole being just loves that world. And we just need to build it, because it seems like this whole blockchain, it's really also a battle right now, because they're kind of still centralized. Centralized meaning that one blockchain becomes too powerful. They also talk about how all these coins work, and they're a lot more centralized because of the groups of computers that manage them. It seems like it's an illusion, basically, that's decentralized. Right now, at this stage, it's highly centralized. So it's not the version that we're excited yet about. But at some point, it's my whole being is just thrives. I somehow understand, connect to these processes of the organization. But in my lifetime, it will get to the point where I'll be excited to see. They show like pictures. It's just going to evolve super quickly. Like in the next 10 years, it will be good. It will be different. It will be lots of dust. Everything is broken and there's a bunch of dust, but then you have the real thing. So I think they're referring to it will be quite a ride the next few years before we get to the level of the mechanism that works, that everybody's happy about and they're happy about.
Well, it certainly sounds like something exciting to look forward to.
They say for certain groups, yes, for others, not so. They show me quick visual, it's cartoonish, right? But it's like an earthquake, and there's a bunch of old people, like kind of like this, they look like evil guys. They look like this, like Dr. Evils, and they all fall down into the chasm because the earthquake it's a force of nature. It's a force of nature. They have no choice.
Very good. Thank you for that information. And let's move on to the next question.